Hi, I'm Deeksha Bhalla from VMMC and I have got rank 1 in the May PGI Chandigarh 2016 entrance examination as well as rank 18 in the May 2016 AIMS examination. And in November 2015, my rank in AIMS was 49. PGI was my first attempt this time. I joined DAMS in 2013 along with a lot of other friends from my college. And I would just like to say that the feeling of getting such ranks has not yet sunk in, which many people keep asking me that you must be happy and you must be proud. I would just like to thank God and my friends and family for supporting me through this and my teachers for their wonderful guidance, without which I would not have been able to achieve any of this. I feel really privileged to be choosing amongst the top colleges, the dream colleges of any medical aspirant in the country, and I wish that everyone is able to achieve their dreams like I was. I was a student of, I had joined a DAMS course in 2013, which was my third year of MBBS. That time the DAMS basically was my first contact with what the world of MCQs is like, what competitive preparation is like. So that way they gave us a whole new perspective of how different the MCQs are from our standard college exams, and how selective study has to be done, but with more precise focus on more precise aspects, more factual learning, as well as certain important concepts that one cannot afford to miss out. While we were in college, we were not aware of all the things that MCQ preparation would entail, such as reading only references from standard textbooks, as well as there are so many recent advances and new concepts, new drugs, new topics, as well as nowadays we have so many images coming up in so many exams which one must familiarize ourselves with, which is why this coaching institute is necessary to acquaint you with the process and how it works, those 3 hours in the exam, how to manage time and everything. So basically, I used a lot of DAMS notes for many topics which were helpful even in my final year. Like I used some like the surgery notes or the gynae notes, which are not given so well in textbooks but are otherwise clinically very important, and one must have a good grasp of those to perform well in any exam, be it your college final year exams or be it your MCQ exams, because so be it any exams. About DAMS notes, I would like to say that they are given in a very concise manner with all the important information that is encapsulated, given in different tables, so that one is easily able to grasp different new concepts, as well as the faculty here have a way of emphasizing on only the most important and the most relevant topics of all. Also, one thing I would like to point out is that the accuracy is very important for MCQ exams, which is a must. So one can get that and one can be confident that the answer given in the notes will be correct, as opposed to different MCQ textbooks which have different answers for even the same question given in subsequent pages. Also, one more thing which is very important is that towards the end one needs to consolidate their preparation. Towards the last 1.5 month, no new topics can be read, so that time the DAMS notes are really helpful to go through for a quick revision of all the topics that are a must to know. Like I was telling some of my juniors that there are some topics which one must know by heart and thoroughly, which one cannot afford to go wrong. So towards the end you can just open your notes and you can revise whatever are the essentials that is for the exam, which are very difficult to compile otherwise from other textbooks or from even standard textbooks or college teaching. Another thing that is very important is the test series. There is a test series, a subject wise test series as well as a combined test series. The test series comes weekly. So the offline test series gives you the question paper and 1 week, which subsequently follows up with the answers and explanations. So the test series kind of is a culmination to your preparation of the subject. That is, you prepare the subject from the notes and from whatever has been taught, and then towards the end you give the test which allows you to evaluate yourself, and then there are explanations which help you to overcome any difficulty you may have had. As well as the faculty is always available to answer any doubts or questions that one may have, or regarding the authenticity of certain answers which are given elsewhere. As for, I would really like to congratulate Dr. Sumer for his excellent teaching of radiology, a subject I found very tough while studying for my MCQs. But then reading his book, reading his notes really helped me to prepare the subject well, and he has a way of explaining concepts which are very difficult, because as undergraduate students one is not very much in contact with radiology, one does not even know what the subject entails. So he has a way of explaining everything and basically making you visualize in 3D and understand exactly what is the science behind the subject. And once again, he shows all visuals, all images nowadays that are very important, because one may know the theory of the subject, but radiology being such a visual subject, you can easily expect to see only images in important exams like AIIMS as well as in the NEET exam. One more thing I would like to say about the faculty is that there is a lot of emphasis on diagrams, and not just PowerPoint or any pre-made preparations, but on active learning through, and they make you make a lot of diagrams as well as different concepts through flowcharts, which are really very helpful both for final year subjects to crack the professional examinations as well as for the MCQ examinations. The other thing I would like to say is that to stay updated, one must be regularly in touch with the DAMS online, whatever information they post. There is a DAMS online club, and Dr. Deepti as well as Dr. Sumer as well as all the other faculty takes great pains to ensure that all latest updates are posted online, so that the students going in can have all the information on their tips without looking for it here and there. I would like to tell my juniors that hard work is the key, but most important is believing in yourself, because I was a very average student, and only with the right guidance of my teachers and getting the correct approach at the right time, I could go through my focused preparation without along with managing my internship, which is one of the heaviest internships in the country, which everyone knows. The best mode of study, which somebody asked me, is to do selective intensive study or to do widespread study. I would suggest to cover the essentials first. Like I said, there are some topics which one cannot afford to miss out. So to cover those essential first and to cover them repeatedly, so that if those come in the exam, one can be sure not to make a mistake. Repeated questions are of course your ticket to success, because new questions are new for everybody. Repeated questions are where you have a high likelihood of getting correct. New questions, one must always work by first eliminating the options. On the exam day, you must reassure yourself that if something is new, it is new for everybody, not just for you. So one must start by eliminating two options which are clearly incorrect in most cases. Like in the AIIMS exam, you can along with the images and the thread of the question, you can almost always clearly eliminate two options, and then out of the remaining two options one must make a choice So one clearly has a chance, 50% chance of getting a question correct which you did not know in the first place. The and for there are certain then after covering the essential topics, one must then cover the next level of topics which are often repeated but not given conceptual, not given say in tables. That comes only by revision. So if you say do a certain question once, it will not work. You have to return to that question to at least 2 or 3 times, so that you can be sure that the questions you have done you will be getting right on the day of the exam. In the era of the NEET pattern, it is only the it is about one liners, factual questions and images. So one must ensure that questions which are directly repeated, those you do not get wrong, as well as try to cover the important facts and often repeated topics. The syllabus in this kind of exam is so vast that one can never be on top of the syllabus. So you cannot expect to cover everything, so do not even try. There will always be about 10 to 20% of topics one has not touched, and do not let that demoralize you. Whatever you know, your accuracy must be good in that. Another thing which is very important is that for PGI paper, it is a multiple option correct paper. So in that, the thread of the question is not important. It is about the options. The questions, the topics are usually not tough. They are usually topics you have seen or heard about. So one must take care not to mark all options correct, because the options are very closely resembling and they all may seem correct at first glance, but any options which are doubtful, one should be careful, because negative marking is an important feature of that exam. For the AIMS exam, it is not just about your rote preparation or your rote learning, or in fact what you have learned during your MCQ preparation in the last 1 year. It is about your general information level, which must be very high, because that exam, like if you get an instrument or say an image, they will not ask you a direct question. They will ask you a question based on the procedure, based on the method, based on the diagnosis. So one must be aware of again, do your internship and your clinical rounds very carefully, so that these kind of questions are easy to tackle, because nowadays you have a lot of questions on evidence based medicine and management and first step in management, emergency procedures. So those one should be clear with. Like the faculty here will often focus on things and tell you that AIMS exam has often repeated topics. So those topics one must be thorough with, which the faculty over here will emphasize along with their teachings, that say this topic is essential, so one cannot afford to miss out those. Another thing is a lot of students nowadays are apprehensive that there are images and there are x-rays being shown, instruments being shown. For that, I would just like to say that all images from standard textbooks again can't be covered. Say there is histopathology, there is a whole textbook of Robbins which you cannot expect to cover. Important images are shown in class, often repeated images are shown in class by the faculty themselves. Otherwise, you must focus on certain concepts when they tell you, because the images can easily be solved by those concepts. And there are certain entities which are also disease entities which are very important, say in dermatology, in radiology, which are very typical, and the image is very typical for that entity. So that is essential to know. Otherwise, all images cannot be covered. Broad concepts must be kept strong, so that any image can be easily tackled in the exam. Also, clinical focus should be there. Often you can get an answer to an image based question by the presentation or the age or the symptoms of the patient. I would lastly just like to say to all my juniors and all aspirants preparing for the exams that it is a tough process, but one must be consistent with one's efforts, and do not try to follow the pattern of too many institutes or get too many. Just stick by your test series and the schedule, and then go through the repeated topics once again. The faculty here will keep guiding you, so there is really nothing to, we are in very good hands over here. And I would just like to say all the best to everyone. What I could do, anybody can do. And I hope, I would like to congratulate Dr. Sumer and of course Deepti ma'am for their wonderful performance and the tireless efforts they have been putting with their visual classes and with their constant online updates and encouragement. Thank you so much, ma'am and sir.